What's happening, you guys? I just got one of these little handheld remote starters. Very handy device, you know, especially if you're working on your vehicle by yourself and you need to either spin the engine over, you know, if you're trying to look for maybe a fuel spray or spark, or, you know, rotate the engine to get the timing set where you want, you know, and that sort of thing. Or if you're checking for maybe spark out of a spark plug. These little handheld guys, you know, you can find them all over, you know, your normal auto parts stores as well as online and all that. It only has 2 wires that come out of it. And I'm going to show you how to set it up. It's very simple. In fact, it takes you longer just to get your hand down there at the little starter post to get it connected. It depends on which vehicle you're using, of course. But this is a 1990 Chevy K1500 with a 5.7. But basically, you're going to put one of the leads onto your positive terminal on your battery right there. I'm also charging this battery, so that's why you see the other cable right there. But this guy right here, you'll attach it to your positive battery. Then the other one will head down, and I'll get under there and show you. Let me get a flashlight though, and you can possibly see it. You basically put it on the other post that's not the one that your positive battery cable attaches to for your starter. It's the other one. So I believe it's the other solenoid post. You know, it's a little bit smaller. Let's see if I can see it here. Can't really see it. Can't really see it. Let me see if I can look in here, because I have it connected. The new little boot, you know, is, of course we can't quite see it, so hold on, let me get underneath here. Alright, so underneath the truck here, and here's the starter on this model. You know, it depends on where yours is located. But the, you know, like if you're looking at the big silver wire right there, that's the silver shield on the battery cable that's feeding your starter. It'll be the other post. And that black line coming right back there is what's leading to it. It's just hard to get to. Let me see if I can see it from the side here. If you can see that. Very hard to see. Anyway, you only have 2 posts on your starter solenoid, and you attach that little guy to the other one. And I found that it's easiest to, first of all, let me turn on my hat light. It's easiest if you reach from the front, excuse the messy shooting here. If you reach from the front of the truck over the top of the starter, then you can reach that little post that I'm referring to. You'll be able to access it easier from the front, you know, front side, the bumper, front bumper side of the truck. Anyway, it's that little rubber boot that you see right above that little knob right there. You just clamp it right on. No big deal. And then let's get out and we'll show you how it works. Alright, back outside here. So once again, you only have 2 leads coming from the remote starter right here. One of them goes to the positive battery post. The other one goes to the starter solenoid post, and there's only 2 posts to choose from under there, so it's not the one that your battery cable leads to. You see that huge silver shielded one? It's not that one. Okay, so, and it doesn't matter what kind of starter you're looking at. You know, you just basically put it on that little starter solenoid post, and then go turn your key on to the on position of your vehicle, and then you can just push the button and like so. You can then, you know, spin your engine over, check for fuel, check for spark, do you know, basic diagnostic tests and whatnot without needing a helper. Very handy. And these little things are available all over the internet. Just look for a remote starter or mechanics remote starter, something like that. You'll find it. Anyway, that's all there is to it, and we are still troubleshooting this freaking Chevy K1500. I'm about to go ahead and replace the whole distributor because I am certain that it is quite old, and I'm betting that the little pickup coil inside there is in rough shape, or the wiring's in rough shape, because I have tested everything else. I'm getting good fuel spray through the injectors. I probed, you know, all of my wires coming in and out of the coil, those pink and white wires over there. I probed all those. I'm getting good voltage going in and out. Got good voltage even going to the little module, the ignition module that's underneath the starter, you know, the distributor cap there. So everything is checking out. You know, all my fuel, all my relays are good. All my stupid fuses are good. Everything's good. Anyway, that's irrelevant. But hopefully the frustration is about to end, because we're just going to go ahead and replace that whole distributor. And this will be a first for me. I've never done this before, but it doesn't seem that big a deal, as long as you you know, do what you're supposed to do while you're removing it and all that, and setting it on top dead center on cylinder 1 and all that. So anyway, shouldn't be that big a deal, and those videos are all over YouTube, so excited about that. But this is something I've been wanting for a long time, is one of these. Just like that. How handy is that? Anyway, y'all check out other videos. We got all kinds of stuff that may help you. Cars, trucks, mowers, motorcycles, dirt bikes, Harleys, ATVs, classic cars, all kinds of stuff. So y'all have a good day. See y'all later.